Okay, just another good road win. You know, you get bigger every week. This will be a big one this week. Just playing at home to close out, the OVC, and playing a great team this week. Last week's game on the road, another long road trip back to back. First half, we played on our side of the field. We could not get the field flipped. It didn't seem like in the first half, and I think they started at least 4 or 5 drives, on our side of the field. So we played, I think great defensively to keep them held to 3 points. That potent of offense and them getting a starting position where they got it on the field. We stayed backed up. Offensively, we started inside our 5, inside the 10 the whole half. Kicking game, we wasn't able to flip the field. We'd get a couple first downs offensively, then we would have to punt the ball. And, first one almost got blocked. Then we kicked one out of bounds, and we had some coverage problems where we missed some tackles. And, so that kind of alleviated, flipping the field there. But, defensively, I thought we did great, keeping them out of the end zone in that first half. Created a turnover down there. We did get in the red zone. We missed a field goal, and a great job of 2-minute offense when we got the ball, back and got the ball in the end zone right there at the end of the half, which I thought, was kind of turning point in the game. It kind of, I think flipped the momentum. We was able to come back out second half, play, got better field position, got the ball, in the end zone in the second half, and was able to close out the game, And like I said, proud of the win. Moving forward, just like I said, this one's big. We're sitting right where we need to be. We're playing a great team this week, and we got to have a good week of preparation.
John, did you foresee having to put the ball up as many times as you did in this game?
When they load the box up, you got to throw it, and you got to be able to make throws. And we're very confident, we want to be balanced. We don't mind. We talk about offensively doing what we want to do. Run it when we want to run it and throw it when we want to throw it. And sometimes people come into the game, they want to make you throw it, and that's okay because we can throw it if we need to. So I think our guys, made some plays. We made some plays down the field. I think Eli had a really good day. It's probably 1 throw or 2 throws he'd like to have back, but outside of that, I thought he played, very, very poised, and protection was really good, all day long. So like I said, it's not a problem for us to throw it that many times.
For Coach Gross and the players as well, for UT Martin, this essentially is a playoff game. They need to win this to have any chance. But how are you guys approaching it? What are your thoughts?
Is that for me or them or all of us? It's a playoff game for us too. Yeah, we talked about last week's game being a playoff. Every week is, a playoff game to us because we to get home field advantage in the playoffs, win the conference outright. That's a big deal. Just to win another OVC championship, but you definitely don't want to blow and leave it up to the committee of where they're going to put you at. Losing this game. So this is going to be like our Super Bowl too. But we know they got a lot to play for. They'll feel like this is their only way, to get in is to get part of the OVC championship. And they do that by beating us. So we know we're going to get another A+ game, and they're going to come ready to play. They got a good football team, so we got to play, our best game on all 3 phases of the game. So I think we've been preparing very well, and I think we'll continue to do that. We'll be ready to play.
Players, you guys have any thoughts?
Like Coach Gross stated, I just feel like this win's big time for us because we'll have the home field advantage, and nothing really helps us and motivates us more than being at home because playing at other OVC schools, they really don't have the atmosphere that we have, and that really helps the energy and motivates us to do the best.
Oh, yes. Every game is a big game for us. We prepare for each game, each week, like it's our last. So this game is, like Coach Gross said, it's our Super Bowl. We're going to prepare like that because we want home field advantage, and that give us a big boost going into the playoffs. And without this game, it could go either way. So we're gonna treat it like our Super Bowl.
I just think the pieces are starting to fall together. Defense is playing lights out, offense is starting to click, and so we're just really looking forward to getting back off the road and getting home and playing in front of our fans.
You guys brought up a good point about getting home after a couple of long road trips. And you've touched a little bit on that. Coach Gross, what does that mean to be able to be at home and not have to load up and take a long
It's
trip.
huge, like these guys are saying. It's nothing like, playing at home in our atmosphere at our house. And, our fans are great. And you had, our cheerleaders have traveled with us, and they've done a great job all year long. And you had them, with the Southerners, it's just a special thing. So we look to pack this place out on Saturday, and that's going to really help us. And, I think, you want to have that going in the playoffs in the comfort of playing at home. And, though the bus league is tough when you make road trips. We've made 2, 5-hour plus road trips the last 2 weeks, and that wears a toll on you. So we're excited about being back home.
You mentioned the fact that it feels almost like a playoff game every single week. Does that help you this week? Just because, it is one of those games. But you guys are used to playing in those games.
I think it does. You're going to get everybody gets up to play us, and, the Martin game's always a good one, and those guys are never out of the game. We were up 4 scores last year, and, they came back and make it a 1-score game at the end there, and, we subbed out too early. They're never out of the game. They can throw the ball, they can run the ball, and they got a good offense. They're probably better on defense than what they have been, and, it's going to be a great game. But I think it does make us better, and I think, from top to bottom, our conference is the best it's been. It don't get the credit it should get. I think that anybody can beat anybody on any given Saturday, and like I said, it's a good conference. Parity's really, really close.
Coach, that last drive right there before half where we got that first touchdown, we saw AJ come into the game and put Hester on either side. Obviously, those 2 receivers are really big guys. Was that something you saw with just a size advantage you had on their defensive backs with those 2 guys?
Well, it's our 10 personnel, so we go out of that when we're in a 2-minute situation most of the time, unless somebody's a blitz team in that situation, then we need a tight end in for protection. So, just get a little faster receiver in and get somebody on the inside that, is a little faster up, running post routes and seam routes. So I thought we did a good job of getting the ball to Hester and him going up making catches. And, a lot of people took a knee and just went in at halftime. But, we thought we could score, and we always think we can. And the biggest thing, we work at every week is, getting that first down. So, getting that first completion, there and getting the first down and getting it rolling, that kind of gave us the ability to, make the other throws and finish that drive.
Coach, can you talk a little more about Jamari? Obviously, kind of the last few games, he's shown out a little more, and then got over 100 yards. And then Eli, if you can add to it too, just kind of talk about his emergence.
It shows you, how much the game's mental. All he needed was a little confidence. He's got the ability, and we've all seen that. Even, last year when we was playing the scout team receiver, and our defensive guys come to us and say, hey, this guy can play. So, as the years went, he's made some plays, but, we all have seen in practice what he's capable of doing. So it's good for him to do that in a game situation, and he's playing really confident right now. And he's a long guy. You go, Eli can throw it up to him, and he knows he's going to go up and get it.
Oh yeah, like Coach Ross said, last year when he was on the scout team, everybody always talk about, hey man, this guy gonna be a player. And I couldn't wait to throw him the ball. I can throw him the ball for 5 yards, and he can fall, and it'll be a first down. So I love throwing him the ball. And he's just getting better and better each game. He's a young guy. He's gonna be here for a while, and you can tell that he's gonna be one of those players that that's breaking records and stuff because he got it. He just gotta keep growing and not get complacent, and he's gonna be a good player.
It's kind of fun when they go out there and hear Eli coach him up. So look, Hester, I'm gonna throw you the ball up. I'm gonna throw it up high. Go get it. So,
And when you signed him, you really thought he was going to be a tight end.
so we did. He played tight end in high school, but we knew he had receiver type abilities. Why we liked him at the tight end position. So he can really run. He hadn't been able to bulk up to play tight end. He'd be really dangerous at tight end too. But I think his frame's going to keep it as inside receiver.
But for each of the players, some guys play all their lives and don't win 3 championships in their lives, and now you've won 3 straight. How do you feel about that with 3 in a row?
I guess I can attest to that. I guess I went to a school where winning really wasn't the tradition. So getting the opportunity to come to Jacksonville State and compete for 3 overseas championships it's meant the world to me. So I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Oh yeah, the same here. At my high school, we just played football. You know,
He practiced in the parking lot a
Yeah,
lot. I think
practice.
your senior year. Yeah.
practice in the parking lot in the little park. And once that 8th game come, hey, we thinking
ready
about
for
basketball. Yeah, we didn't even think about the last game. So yeah, it's been a blessing to, you know, get to compete for, you know, OVC championships and, you know, just win because, you know, I wasn't used to it and it feels a lot better winning than losing.
Coming from my high school, we always did good in the regular season, but when we get to playoffs, we're normally one and done. So I've never really had a ring or came from somewhere that went deep in the playoffs, and being lucky enough to transfer here and playing for 2 back-to-back, which would be my second ring coming here. But this is just a program that will win, and who don't like winning?
And we got one more. We don't want to share it. We got to get this last one for sure.